everybody, it's Mr. Vendetta again, and I'm here today with your third video. And today's video is going to build on what you learned in the first two videos. Then I'll have a couple new words to teach you, a new idea to teach you, and then a new activity which will combine math and art together. So you'll be looking at patterns and understanding a new kind of pattern, but you'll be able to show me your understanding by creating a work of art all on your own. Best of both worlds, to put math and art together, and that's what we're going to do today. I want to start by reviewing what we were doing in the first two videos, and then we'll start something new. So I'm going to flip the camera around. So in lesson number 1, we learned this word, digit. A digit, the digits are the first 10 numbers, 0 through 9. Reversal. A reversal happens when you take a number with 2 or more digits and you flip-flop the digits side by side to create a new number. So here we have reversals: 729, 927. Reversal. Now we were working with 2-digit reversals in lesson number 1 because we also were talking about the word double. A double is a 2-digit number where both of the digits are the same. And my question was, if you add reversals that have 2 digits together, will you always get a double? Anyway, after the first lesson, we took the word digit and we took the word reversal, and we took them on to the second lesson. And we learned a word called palindrome. Palindrome. This is a palindrome right here. A palindrome is made when you take reversals and put them side by side to create a pattern. The pattern is called a palindrome. I also talked to you about this word symmetry, and I told you that a palindrome is a symmetrical pattern because the two sides are backwards from each other. But I'm sorry to say that I was slightly incorrect with that, because I realized something afterwards when I was getting ready to do this lesson. You see, a symmetrical pattern is more than just reversals or a bunch of reversals put next to each other. A symmetrical pattern has to create something on one side called a mirror image. Mirror image. Have you ever noticed that when you look in a mirror, everything is backwards? Like if you hold up something with words on it in front of a mirror, the words look backwards in the mirror. That's called a mirror image. A mirror image is exactly like the first image, and an image is like a picture or a thing, but completely backwards. So, in order to make my palindrome into a symmetrical pattern, a real symmetrical pattern, this 9 has to be backwards from that 9. Same with the 2, same with the 7, like this. There we go. Now, this 9 is the mirror image of that 9. It's exactly the same, but it is backwards. Let's do the same thing with the 2. Okay, now we have a mirror image of the 2, and now we'll do the same thing with the 7. And now we have a mirror image of the 7, and now we have made our palindrome into a symmetrical design or a symmetrical pattern. Because not only do we have a reversal, but we also have each object in the reversal, each digit, is a mirror image of the same digit on the other side. Today's lesson is going to be all about symmetry. What can we do with symmetry that would be a little more interesting, a little more imaginative, and a little more creative? Well, what we can do is we can create some symmetrical art. So what I have here is a butterfly, and the butterfly is symmetrical because the left side and the right side are mirror images of each other. I want to show you that if we flip the right side around, it is exactly the same as the left side. But in the picture of the butterfly, it's not going in the same direction. It's a mirror image, so it's going in the opposite direction, like that. Now, if you want to be a real stickler for the rules, this picture is not symmetrical because it has words and a number on the left side, but they're not on the right side. Lesson 3, symmetry. Now, in order to make this whole picture symmetrical, I'm going to have to put this word and that number over here, and this word over here. But they're going to have to be backwards. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, ta-da! 1, 2, 3, ta-da! Now, my picture is a symmetrical pattern, a true symmetrical pattern. And it's a beautiful butterfly, but it's a little bit plain. It's just white. Why don't we jazz it up with some color? But what we're going to do here is we're going to color each part of the butterfly from side to side using the same colors so that we've created a symmetrical pattern. All right, so watch this. I'm going to start on the left. And I'm going to start with some red. And I'm just going to take my paint bucket and dump that red right in there. Now, I'm going to have to do the same thing to the top shape on the right side of the butterfly. Like that. Now, if I flip that right butterfly around, you can see that they are, here's a good word, they are identical. Identical. Identical means they look alike. Identical means they look the same. Let's make them into mirror images again and move on to the second part right here. Okay, I think I'm going to do yellow on that one. So I'm going to go to side, and then I'm going to go to the right side. There we go. Now I'm going to move down to this third shape right here. Go back to the left side, and you know what? I think that I'm going to do the 3 primary colors. So that third shape is going to have to be blue because red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors. Okay, and ta-da, drop some blue right there, and blue right there. Now, we are on our way to creating a beautiful symmetrical butterfly. Let me show you really quickly what happens when I flip the right side around. And you can see they are, what's the word? Identical, or the same. The butterflies, I mean. All right, now let me go back and flip that back. Now we've got this little tiny shape down here. Looks a little bit like a little bean. Alrighty, let me go back to the left butterfly and let me think. How about some orange? Everybody knows orange is my favorite color. Let me find a nice orange. There we go. Alright, and I'm on the left butterfly, click orange, and then go to the right side of the butterfly and click orange again. Okay, now let's go back to the left side, and now I'm going to paint the area right around those shapes. And I think I'll do that in green. And let's do it a little darker green. There we go. And click on the left, and then click on the right. Okay, now I'll do this outer section, the edges of the wings, and I might as well do that in, let's just do it in pink. So back to the left butterfly and pink, and then back to the right side of the butterfly and pink again. Alrighty? Now, the antennas also have to be mirror images of each other. So let me come up here, and I think I'll just drop down a little, maybe some purple. Okay, go back to the left side of the butterfly and do purple. Go back to the right side of the butterfly and do purple. Alrighty, now let me think. How about if we do, oh, you know what might look nice with that is some light blue. So back to the left butterfly and ding, some light blue. Back to the right side of the butterfly and ding, some light blue. Now, what's going to happen in the center? Since this part of the butterfly's body, is right on where the line of symmetry would be, there's our line of symmetry right there, it's going to have to all be the same color. Okay? I'm just going to leave it white. But I'm going to put our line of symmetry up there again. And you can see from the line of symmetry that the left and the right sides are identical, except they are mirror images of each other. Let's click on the right butterfly again, come down here and flip it around, and there you can see. Now you can see very clearly that the two sides of the butterfly are identical. Identical. And now, if I flip it back the other way, ding, you can see that they are now mirror images of each other. Take the line of symmetry away, and we have a beautiful butterfly, a beautiful symmetrical butterfly. Alrighty? Now, this is fun to do this on the computer, and I do most of my artwork. In fact, almost all of my artwork is done on the computer. Anyway, let me show you now how you can create a symmetrical pattern on a piece of paper with pencil, crayon, whatever it is that you'd like. Let's make a symmetrical pattern together, all right? Actually, I'll make it, and then you can make one later on your own. Okay, so I would start with my paper, and I'm going to fold it in half either way. A taco fold like this, or a hot dog. It doesn't matter, all right? Now, here's what I want to do. So I've got my paper folded, and this is my line of symmetry right here. Now, some people like to draw the line of symmetry when they're creating their symmetrical pattern, but then you just have to erase it later. So I prefer to just leave it like this with a crease, because I can see the crease or the fold, and I know that's where my line of symmetry is. So remember, everything on the left side has to be a mirror image of everything on the right side. That means it's going to be in the same spot, but backwards or on opposite sides of that side of the paper. So let's get started here. I'm going to grab a dark orange crayon, and I'm going to start by making a line that goes from the top middle where the fold is all the way down to the corner, like that, on the left side. Now, I have to do the same thing on the right side, but my question is this. Is my line on the right side, is it going to go this way, or is it going to go that way? Well, remember, it has to be identical, which means the same, but it's also got to be a mirror image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. This line starts in the middle and ends on the corner. So the line on the right side has to do the same thing. It has to start in the middle and end on the corner. So we do that. Now, if I hold these up, if I fold it and hold it up to the light, you can see in the light that the lines are right on top of each other. Okay? I'm going to open it up again, and now I'm going to add something new with a purple crayon. This time, I'm going to put a circle right up here in the top middle. Okay, everybody can see that, right? Now, where is the circle going to go on the right side? This one's pretty easy. It's going to go toward the top on the outside of the red line or the orange line. So this one on the right side has to go on the top, on the outside of the orange line, like that. Okay? Now my symmetrical pattern is growing. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just practicing and having a good time right now. Let me make another shape on here. I'm going to use a green glitter crayon this time. And here's what I'm going to do. Right next to this purple circle, I'm going to make kind of a sideways V like that. Does everybody see? That's sideways V. Now I need to make that on the other side, but here's my big question. Is it going to go here, or is it going to go here? And is it going to open up on that side, like a greater than sign, or is it going to flip around and open up that way, like a less than sign? Well, let's take a look. The ends of this V, or greater than sign, are next to the edge. So that means that the ones on this side have to be next to the edge. So it would look like this. All right? Now, if I flip it, or if I fold it like this, you can see, they're not exactly in the same spot, but you can see that they are going in the same direction. Can you see that? They're going in the same direction. So I know that I'm doing a good job with my symmetrical pattern. All right? How about one more crayon here, blue. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make half of a circle, half of a triangle, and half of a square right next to the line of symmetry. Now I bet this is an easy one. What am I going to do on the other side? Am I going to make this half of the circle going in the same direction so it looks like a C and a C? No, because what I notice is the ends of that half circle are on the line of symmetry. That means it has to be the same way on the right side too. So I need to do this. Same with the triangle. The ends of the half triangle and the ends of the half square are on the line of symmetry. So the right side has to do the same thing. Just like that. Fold it over, and you can see that they match up with each other pretty well. Pretty well on both sides, but at least I know I've got everything in the right spot, okay? Now, we can do anything we want from here. We can add more detail, we can turn our symmetrical pattern into a picture, we can just keep building the design and see what kind of beautiful artwork we come up with, whatever we'd like to do. All right, now here is what I'm going to ask you to do for an activity. I want you to make a symmetrical pattern on a piece of paper or on the computer. If you can do that, that's fine. And I want you to really think about what you're doing while you are creating your symmetrical pattern. Thinking about how it is that you know where to put each thing on the left and the right side. Okay? I want you to pay attention to what you're thinking about, and I want you to think about if there's anything challenging, if there's anything difficult or hard about doing this, if there's anything you need to remember a lot while you're working on this. So if your mom and dad or grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever's with you would like to take a picture of this or take a screenshot, let me just get rid of this and get rid of that right there. Now you've got a perfect symmetrical pattern, a perfect symmetrical butterfly for you to do whatever you would like with. You're welcome to copy this, or you can create your own symmetrical pattern on paper like I showed you just a minute ago. Whatever you decide to do, I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to have a good time doing it. I want you to think about what you're doing. Remember what I said. Think about what might be challenging about doing this. What do you have to remember while you're creating this symmetrical pattern? And is there any other time when symmetrical patterns might be important outside of math or outside of art? I'd be interested to see what kind of ideas you have about when we might need to understand symmetrical patterns in our own life. Not just art, not just math, not just school. Okay? So that's our lesson for today. Hopefully I covered everything. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next lesson, lesson number 4. So let's end today. We should probably start today with deep breathing, but we're going to end the day with deep breathing. So I was thinking, how about butterfly breathing? Butterfly breathing today. All right? We're going to be a butterfly. We're going to be opening up our wings like this. So let's do it with our arms. Let's go. Just like a butterfly opening and closing their wings, we can do butterfly breathing. Remember deep breathing for 30 seconds every day. Remember to take care of yourself. Remember to take care of mom and dad. Remember to learn and make your brain grow. Fill your brain, man. Keep anything you want me to see in a folder, and I will be happy to look at it. Kindergartners, remember to do your seesaw lesson. And both kindergarten and first grade, I'll have lessons up for next week on Seesaw. I'll post those on Sunday. Bye-bye.